Nick Lydorf, thank you for joining me for Off the Clock episode 55. 55 Facebook Lives in a row. Where's my medal? Where is my trophy? I need something. I need some validation. That's what I need. I don't have stand-up comedy anymore. So I just need you to shower me with your likes and your your retweets or whatever. But enough about me and my insecurities. I want to bring on a very good friend of mine and very funny person. And she and I have done shows all over the place, and just a killer. And she's so funny. So let's give it up for Jacqui Marpa, everybody. Jacqui, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Jack Attack.
Jack Attack.
Awesome. So, how are you?
Oh, just living, surviving.
you had to pause there for a minute.
Yeah, I'm like,
Look at.
I had to make a decision real quick if I should say living the dream or just living.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I totally agree. Understand completely. So it's been a while. We used to see each other all the time. And we just I haven't seen, you chat on Facebook with people and comments and stuff, but we just don't get to see each other anymore. So I'm glad that you wanted to come on and help me get through a day of Facebook Live. Because it's not to be sad, but we used to be able to do stand up and see people, and it's a bummer. Like I'm getting tired of this shit. I can't. These old people just wear masks so we can get through this.
It's annoying that it's like it's not just old people that
Oh yeah, you're right.
To wear masks. Like it's also like people my age.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't just like stay put either. Like I keep seeing like a bunch of pictures of like classmates dining out, like eating in those like igloo things or whatever that they start putting out. Like
I know.
You could just stay home.
Why? You're like, oh, let's see what we can do to game the system so I can have these nachos. Like, come on, man. Like,
You're still gonna talk shit about your friend.
Right. Yeah.
Why are you going out with them?
I know. It sucks. But yeah, you're right. It's a lot of young people, because like in East Lansing, there's a lot of kids that they don't even wear a mask. I mean, or they wear it and it's like their nose is out, which is like, I don't know. What's the point of that, It's like some sort of youth movement. Like, yeah, fuck the man, sticking it to the man by my nose out. That's the...
I've always fantasized about like just walking up to someone with like the mask down to their nose and just like freak out on them, be like, oh my god, where's your mouth?
Right. Yeah, or like take it, like snap it back in their face. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for doing this. So yeah, let's get into how long is so let's start with what you're doing right now. So you're in your last semester, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just going to school and working full time. I work at a courthouse too. So
you do?
Yep. I can kind of like pick up on like some of the things that you would like reference and stuff. Yeah. But I'm not like in the courtroom.
Okay.
Like everything I do is like after what happened in the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
But
okay, yeah. And you probably don't want to mention it, so I get that. Well, I'll respect that. So if you like where it's at. Right, yeah, I want to make sure you pay your bills. You have a job. It's definitely something that you want to keep right now. So that's good. Where are you going to school at?
Davenport.
Cool.
Yep. So
and
are you online?
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you that. How many credits in your last semester? What are you doing? What are you taking?
It's a total of 7 credits. So it's just like 2 classes. One is kind of like a blow off class, which is not good
Yeah.
in terms of like trying not to procrastinate.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like pretty much like the capstone. So
Okay.
All
right.
But yeah, they're both, because with Davenport, some classes they're like 7-week courses, and
Oh, okay.
then other ones are like 15-week or 11-week. Both of my classes are 15-week courses, so it's just the longest 15 weeks.
Yeah, I bet. Especially when it's your last semester, right? We were chatting a little bit about are you getting that itch where you just don't want to, you don't care anymore? What?
It's been there. I think that's why it's taken me a really long time to finally like get my bachelor's degree, is because like ever since like I've went to college, I feel like I was always, I can't wait to graduate, and then it actually took me, it's taken me almost 10 years. It's not good.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said. I mean, there's pros and cons to that. Like, do you feel when you graduate that you know what you want to do and you like what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I think it's more of
it's more than me. That's better than I would. It took me 7 years. I screwed it all up.
So. Dude, I wish so. Back then, like, I thought it wouldn't be a good idea for me to take a gap year, because I'm like, I better like just start going to school, keep going, that way I'll be done sooner. And then turns out like I that's one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to like finish too, is because like I kept changing my program.
Oh yeah.
Like I went from psychology to occupational therapy. I've even thought about human resources. It's all over the place, dude. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, that's part of being young, right? But if you found something, that's fine. I didn't do a gap year because I'm more of a Banana Republic guy. So, ayo. All right. Sorry, that was terrible.
Thanks for like casually letting us know that you can afford that.
No, I don't. I don't even know there is a Banana Republic. I don't even know if it is. I just know that it exists.
There's sister companies too, right? Like,
I think so. Yeah. That's kind of shitty. Like they're the same clothes, but then the brand is different, so they like up it, right? I think that's how they pull that off.
Yeah.
But those bastards.
Wonder if, like, whatever they don't sell in Banana Republic, they like ship the clothes back to like whatever third world country they outsource the job, and then have them manually remove the tags and change it to
right. Yeah, like that's right. So Gap, Banana Republic, and is Old Navy part of that too, or are they
J. Crew?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I'll ask Tim Gunn.
Yeah, right. Oh man, I used to be so into that show.
Make it work. Oh no, what did I call
Designers?
Designers.
Yeah. Oh man, Tim Gunn. Wonder what he's doing during the pandemic. Being very Tim Gunn, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I should check on him.
Yeah, someone should check on him. Yeah, he's just stuck in an elevator or something. Like, I don't even know what's going on. He goes to sleep in a suit, of course. Yeah, I picture. Yeah,
are like a set of pajamas that look like a suit.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great. I picture him like zipping himself into some sort of contraption there he sleeps to like make him older. He's actually like 800 years old, and he just is in this weird thing to try and make himself look older. And he drinks a lot of B12 shots. He takes 8 B12 shots a day. But
his food is like pre-chewed.
Right. Someone baby birds it into his mouth.
Oh, I feel like we're being ageist right now.
Right. Yeah. I might have to sit this one out. I'm getting kind of old myself. I got up and I made a noise the other day. Like, oh god. I was like, oh. Yeah.
I'm more careful with the food I eat and what time I eat that kind of food.
Oh yeah. Yep. Same.
Because my body's now like, you're not 15 anymore.
Yeah, I have to be careful, like when I drink something, if it's like after 8, like, oh, I'm gonna be up all night.
Oh
My
yeah.
prostate the size of a watermelon, apparently. Anyway, I gotta start doing that. I gotta go to the doctor this year and do that. That's gonna suck. Ugh.
I just
Can we
have
just do it remotely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Right.
There you go.
There. That's one day done. Yeah. There you go.
Forget about HIPAA. Like.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm sharing it, it's okay.
I'm sure you sold my big data anyways.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. So what else is new? What's going on? Are you doing anything creatively? What's your, do you miss creating stuff? What are your thoughts on that?
I miss going to shows.
I know.
At first, okay, so last year before the pandemic started, one of my New Year's resolutions was to at least go up once a week. And I actually started writing more too, and it was I was trying to get up more and then try to actually be more active in stand-up compared to the years before, where it kind of taken a back seat and I was just working and taking care of school and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss being able to go to shows, because I don't really have a strict writing process or creative process, but the only thing is I want to be able to I don't know, I want to be able to have an outlet for the jokes I'm writing, and right now they're too long for tweets.
Yep. I get that. Yeah, same thing. It's it's hard to, when you're writing jokes, you just don't have a way to get them out there in a way that you feel comfortable doing. It's hard because you get all this, this gets backed up and you can't but yeah, I get that.
That's actually one of the reasons why I started doing stand-up is before I started doing stand-up, I would just write jokes and they weren't being posted anywhere. I was just writing them. And then I started, looking up how to actually start doing comedy and stuff. And then I found out that back then we had a comedy club, Connections. And I was yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this now.
Hey, that's cool. So yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So what was your first time? Was it at Connections? Nice.
Yep.
Nice. You did the open mic.
Yep.
What year was that?
That was 2013.
Okay.
February 2013, because Pat and I kind of have we kind of shared the same comedy birthday.
Yeah, cool.
February 13th, my first open mic, we were celebrating Pat's first year anniversary of doing comedy.
Cool. And Pat commented, he said, "Oh my God, Jacqui."
Oh my God.
Oh, Pat says his is February 2013.
Okay.
Yep. So that was his 1-year show. Oh, so he started in February 2012.
Yep, and then I started a year after, because my first open mic night, we were celebrating his first comedy birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was in July 2012, but it wasn't at Connections. I didn't even know at that point. It was at Sir Pizza in Old Town Lansing. I remember.
I remember Sir Pizza in Old Town.
Yep. So that was my first time. And so you kind of mentioned it before. So you were just writing jokes, and then you decided you're just gonna do it? Like, how was it something you always wanted to do? Was it on your radar or something to do? Like,
It it was. I remember like I've always been what's the word? Kind of like attracted
funny?
to no debatable.
Hey, don't be mean to my friend Jacqui.
If
Listen, Jack
you
Attack.
wait, what?
Listen, Jack Attack. Don't be mean. This persona. Yeah. It should be your stage name now. It's just Jack
Jack
Attack.
Attack. I
Yeah.
want to be annoying. I was gonna be annoying and like you know how I spell my name. So
Yeah.
I was gonna spell it JACQ and then ATTACQ. But oh man, way to avoid a question, huh? No,
I derailed you. I think I interrupted with my my quip. But yeah.
no,
So
I don't
was this
care.
something that you always wanted to do, or were you had thoughts of doing it?
I've had thoughts of doing it. But like when I was having thoughts of like doing it, I was more of convinced that I was gonna have a career in Broadway.
Oh, cool.
And
Interesting.
I'm glad
So
I
what
didn't
was
pursue that.
what's well what got, at least you're not a magician, so but what kind of Broadway were you into? What kind of sparked, what was your first thing that you loved about that?
I just love like the whole dancing, singing,
Okay.
acting, costumes.
Oh, nice.
Like
What's your favorite musical or play or whatever? I don't even know. Is that what you call them? I don't know, Broadway.
music. Well,
Is it all plays, or
I,
I don't know.
I think it's a mix of both. It's just like
Okay.
shows on that street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But my favorite, I like musicals more than plays because like
Hmm.
I'm not a good actress, but then also I'm not a good singer and dancer. I just wanted to be on stage.
Wow, 0 for 3. That's
I just wanted to dance, sing, and act and not update spreadsheets. Like
oh,
that's
there you
what I
go.
wanted to do.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's always been my dream to update spreadsheets. It's since I was a little boy in Bannister, I dreamed of spreadsheets up in my room. Yeah.
But Spamlot is my favorite musical.
Oh, okay. I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever seen that, but I'm a huge Monty Python fan, so probably
it's
watch that.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Hamilton, obviously, do you love that? I mean, that was something you liked. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I like Hamilton too.
yeah.
But I think Spamlot takes like top the first place. So
Okay.
funny.
Yeah. So then when Broadway didn't work out, you found that you couldn't sing or
Yeah,
dance
dance or act.
or act. Pretty much the 3 qualifications. You're like, maybe I could do stand up because that's what we all gravitate to, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I've always loved sketches too.
Mm,
And
yep.
and I don't know, like I was watching improv and stuff and I'm like it looks fun,
Hmm.
but I think it's more fun as an audience rather than like actually being up there.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, so like I guess like I was always interested in like anything performing arts, but I wasn't but stand up was like the only one that like the only thing that I felt like I can actually improve upon.
Mm, yeah.
Um but yeah, it was like I've thought about it, but it wasn't that like serious until I started consuming like more stand up stuff. When
Hmm.
I started listening to like more podcasts, and then actually like looking for stand up specials to watch,
Yeah.
then I was like, yeah, I think I can do this.
Yeah. One of my friends, Amber, I went to high school with, she says, when you come into a live show and all you hear is, my first time was 2012, you definitely need context. um, Thanks for watching, Amber. Um, so I was gonna ask you who really like did it for you, professional comedy wise. Like when you saw that, you're like, oh man, this is awesome. Like before you started.
Moshe Kasher,
Mm.
because I got into his stuff, and then I found out that he was gonna do the New Year's Eve weekend at Dr. Grins, and
Oh,
that was like
yep,
2012 to 2013.
yep.
And I told my best friend, we have to see him live. Like
Mm.
it, like somehow I was like, it's weird that I got into his stuff and then he's gonna do shows in
Yeah,
Michigan.
right.
But yeah, we went to his show at Grins. I remember I wasn't 21 yet, and then the building is like 21 and up. And I
Yeah,
remember calling Dr. Grins and asking,
yeah.
hey, yeah, my best friend and I are under 21, and I was wondering if we could still see Motion Casher.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, just come Thursday night.
That's cool.
But
Awesome.
they sat us in we didn't want to be sat in the front row, but we
Yep.
did. And then he was just like watching him pretty much like build his set from crowd work. It was
Oh,
just like, it was just fun, like watching
that's
it.
cool.
And I still remember the lineup. Like
Oh, who was it?
the MC was Derek Hebler. I think that's how you
Okay.
pronounce his name.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and then the feature was a Canadian comedian, Michael Harrison.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I've seen
And
you
then
before.
no guest set, and then Motion
Okay.
Capture. But yeah,
Yeah,
watching him
that's
live.
cool. Did you get to talk with him afterwards?
Just the whole great show. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I'm bad at
Yeah.
talking to like people I watch, I guess.
Right.
Like
Right.
one time I saw Jeff Rosenstock at Max, and I bought a shirt from him. And
Mhm.
all I told him was like my shirt size and what shirt I wanted to buy. Like, no
Yeah.
great show, no nothing. Like, just,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'll have that in small. Thanks.
Yeah, it's funny because like with stand up you can, these people that are accessible, they're like more accessible than like, movie stars or, Broadway people. Like, if you go to a show, a lot of them are just desperate, after they want to hang out, they're just so like on the road and they're just like, they haven't talked to people all day. And so it's funny that like, like when you saw, you're like, oh my God, it's Moshe Kasher. And then he's at Dr. Grins, and then,
Yeah.
he's right there. You can talk to him after the show. It's wild. Yeah.
And I love that, like, in comedy, especially if you're like a big, like, just a big stand-up fan,
Mm-hmm.
that feeling never goes away. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
some people are not impressed with like certain stand-up comedians that they'll work with, but
Yeah.
I'm always like, I guess, geeked about it.
Yeah.
But I try to like play it cool so I don't scare them.
Well, that's a good attitude to have, like, always being, appreciating the moment, that's hard. I mean, and that's a good life lesson too. I mean, is being able to like, appreciate, like, I get to do this thing that is awesome and I get to work with these people that are, really good at it. And yeah, that's one thing for me is like always, being able to watch and learn from somebody, even if I don't think they're like amazing, just be like, wow, this guy's done this a while, or this female has done this a while. Like, what can I learn from them? And yeah, it's wild sometimes to be able to be able to do it, and then to participate in this art, and then also learn from people that are already doing it, is a cool thing about stand up. And like you said, like the reason you wanted to do it is because you felt you could add to it. And I think that's one cool thing about stand up, that with like sketch, it's like, all right, it's a camera and like you're acting out stuff. But with stand up, like you have your unique personality and you're going to bring that, and that's going to be something that no one's ever seen. And you're kind of adding to this rich tapestry of, of art. And then the guy before you tells a fart joke, and then that's the same art. So,
and then I'm not above fart jokes, but
oh yeah, not me either. I mean,
but then now I'm like, crap, now I gotta scratch every single fart joke.
Damn it.
Now I got racial.
Then you just that's why people came up with hack. Like, oh, the guy's so hack because he just told all of your jokes, and you're like, oh, I did the shit on him somehow. But yeah. So first time you did it, stand up. That was at Connections. So how'd it go? What was your how'd your set go? Were you happy with it?
It wasn't as bad as like other people's first.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I found that too. Whenever I ask people about that, it's either it was good, or it was like it was the absolute worst thing that's ever happened. Like, it's a real, it fits into one of those two categories.
Yeah, it's either like, I don't know, the angels like carried me to the gates of heaven, or fucking, I don't know, my car died on the way home, like on the way
right
home.
And then you got hit by a bus after your car died.
But yeah, it was fine. Do
you remember what were your jokes? Do you remember?
I do remember some of them. Luckily, it was only 3 minutes. Like at Connections,
oh, that's right.
You at 3, and then you worked your way to 5, 7. And I think the most time I got there was 7. I think 7. But I remember telling a joke about how the only reason why it felt like it went okay was because a lot of my friends were in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
And I think it also might have something to do with like me kind of looking like a freaking child on stage. So people are rooting for you to like do well.
Right.
And I feel like they don't want to embarrass me.
Right.
They don't want to make me feel like I'm embarrassed. Like I'm embarrassed for being up there. But I remember one of my jokes was complaining about how couples would always like display how they're together, how they're in a relationship, and I like holding hands, making out, and all that stuff. And I remember my joke was like, I'm single, and you don't see me bragging about like the benefits of being single. Like, and then God, so
no, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. No. It's funny. I mean, like, it's cool that like when we were first doing it, because I looking back at the first thing I ever did, it was like, oh God, like it was okay, but I wore shorts, and no one ever told me like you can't do that.
This one, I did something with that bit that like, it's so bad. Like looking back now, I'm like, I should have been like banned from shows. But when I was writing this bit, I was like, I'm gonna do this physical thing on stage because it's gonna be different. Right. I was convinced that I was, challenging gender norms and all that stuff in comedy. So you know how like male comics would hump the stool, and so when I was doing a joke about like going over like the benefits of like being single, and also like displaying it to people that I'm single, I took the microphone and pretended it was a dildo.
What? So
this is
something.
And started like, I wasn't like, it didn't make contact.
I feel like we're describing it in a court of law right now. Let the record reflect that Miss Marpa is now you taking the microphone. And, yeah, it's so funny. But what when you mentioned this earlier, and I've mentioned this to you before, is because you have this youthful look about you. What makes me laugh when I see you is like you're able to get the audience to believe that like you're sweet and innocent, and then you
I'm
milk
not.
that.
Wow.
But then you're able to use that to your advantage, and then it's just like then they're like completely shocked. And it's so funny. I love it. It's yeah. I can only imagine taking the microphone on stage at Connections. Oh, that's funny.
I
Oh
was
man,
looking back. I'm like, why the hell did I do that? I really thought I was doing something for the women. Like
groundbreaking, right? Yeah, that's so cool. That's funny. So then, what was your? I always want to ask people like, so after that first time that you did it, what was the next? How long did you wait until you wanted to do it again? After you got off stage, we were like, oh my god, I have to do this again. Like, why do I do this now? Or we were like, oh, okay, and then yeah,
I wanted to do it again as soon as
yeah,
I got off stage.
yeah,
But so like when I signed up to do my first open mic, Tina Hansen, she used to be the
yeah.
manager.
Oh,
But
Pat said he introduced you for that set.
yes, he did.
And he said he remembers this. That's funny.
So
Yeah.
stupid. But um I'm sorry. I remember what I wore too.
What'd you wear?
God, I wore this like denim button up and then leggings and boots. You know, your typical.
Right.
Back when I thought I was white.
Nice.
So whatever clothes white girls were wearing in 2013.
Yeah.
But when I signed up for the open mic, she gave me 2 dates, and I think the second one was like a month after my first one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we were on the same lineup on my second open mic.
Probably.
Or it might have been the third one. But anyways, I didn't know that there were other shows. Like I didn't know that I could go up to like other, like I didn't know Max existed. I didn't know the Green Door existed.
Yeah,
or
same
Sir
for me.
Pizza. Like I thought it was just Connections. So I didn't do anything like in between the first and the second time I went up. So I went for a month of like not doing anything but just being obnoxious on Facebook.
Right. Yeah, I was very obnoxious on Facebook. But at that time, if we were on the same show, it would have been Franklin Mint. Not me. Wow, that was a mistake. Speaking of mistakes, that was a giant one.
I take a microphone and pretend it's a dildo. You go by Franklin Mint.
The same thing. It's equal. They're equal. I think in the in the history of comedy. Yeah. That's that was that year 20 whatever it was. But yeah, I was hooked on it, and then I got the same thing. I just didn't know that there were other real shows until some other people were like, yeah, have you done this? I'm like, no. And then started doing other stuff. And
I Googled after like my second time. I was like, there's no way that it's just Connections that like people are going up to in the Lansing area. So I Googled open mics and the Green Door came up. And so I reached out to Jason Carlin, who I think he was on like my first show ever. Like, so it makes sense because like Pat celebrated his comedy birthday.
Yep.
And yeah, I reached out to him, and he's the one who like got me into the MCN.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he's the one who like told me about other shows that I can sign up for. So
Okay. Yeah.
yep.
Yep. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you some people I've talked to are like, I'm liking that, we're not doing shows and I might not do, comedy again. What's your take? Are you gonna do it again when that's safe? And yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
not gonna go up now. I probably won't go up until I'm vaccinated,
Mm.
and I don't know. It probably won't be until like maybe winter, like
Yeah.
around October maybe or December.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sucks because I'm like way older than you, so I'm like, I feel as I'm getting older, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like I'm not gonna be able to do this until I'm dead, and I'm just 40. But it's just like I'm running out of time, and it's like I'm just pushing over old ladies, like, get out of my way, old woman, and like I have to do this. I have this incessant need for attention.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I felt that way too about how like um I know you probably want to like smack me for like saying that I'm old too, but
No.
but I was feeling that way about how I don't think I've achieved a lot of things and I'm like just getting older. And I remember because I just binge watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I remember one scene from that show when Kimmy Schmidt was like, age doesn't matter, you can die at any time. So that's what brings me comfort. And
Yeah.
like whenever I feel bad I haven't done anything and I'm old, I'm like, well, I could die anytime anyway. So
Right. Pat says, when comedy comes back, it'll be the same. There's a show there. Yeah. Right. I know. It's gonna be there'll be like a glut of people that have never done it, and then the herd will thin, I think, as people stop doing it again.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be exciting to get back to doing it again.
Yeah, I was trying to like actually build more time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, one of my goals was to like start becoming like comfortable signing up for feature work or whatever, like
Yeah.
kind of like
Yep.
yeah, but
Yeah. It got like, I was disappointed because January was going to be the first time I did Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase to feature, and then Grins in the same month to feature. And then so I was getting ready, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to happen. And I was panicking, and then like both got canceled. It's like, damn it. But I got to that point where I felt comfortable
mm-hmm.
with what I was going to do. So I feel like I got like a jumping off point from that
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of keep working on it. But it's hard when if I didn't have a family, I would feel comfortable like putting myself at risk a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I got two other people. These people, yeah, they're just always here.
United Sebastians until the pandemic's over.
Right, yeah. Where's Sebastian in this, or his crib or whatever he's doing? But yeah, I've just been like, because like some people, well, do you want to go do a show and like 2 hours away? And I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to do that right now. Given that it's 20% capacity and it's 2.5 hours away. So
yeah, it's not worth it. Like
right.
if you don't have a lot of people, which is what you need to have a good show.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
And you're spending money to get there.
Yeah.
And you're risking your life, like possibly losing your sense of smell
I know.
and taste.
Right.
And I keep telling Garrett, like, I freaking love food.
Right.
And it's just not worth it. Like I don't I don't want to risk like losing being able to like taste food like for
Yeah.
how they actually taste.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Jerry from the Pledge is watching. Thanks, Jerry. He says, "Hey, Jacqui, nice to see you." So, Jerry from the Pledge is watching. He's a good guy. I gotta get Jerry on here to hang out.
He's
So,
such a cool dude.
yeah, it just, yeah,
I
he's got
remember his like
great
Grand
energy.
Ledge building.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
man, with the skate ramp in it, that was
Yeah.
so dope. That was so sweet. I remember I'd never been there before. I walk around and then some kid just flying down the hallway on a skate ramp. I'm like, am I high? I haven't even had anything to drink yet.
Yeah.
There's a kid on a skate ramp. This is nuts.
And
It was
just
an
like
awesome building.
just
Pledge
like
in Lansing is great too.
yeah, I've been there like
Yeah.
I think I've been there twice. Once for like a show they put on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if I was on. I might have been. But I remember going there once, and then the other time I dropped off stuff for the Planned Parenthood fundraising that we were doing because I couldn't do the show, but I ended up like donating like stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to like meet up with Robert, Pat, and I think Nick Earl was there because they were doing a writing session. But
we did writing upstairs at the Pledge. Yeah, I miss all that shit. Damn it.
Yeah, they were doing really cool stuff at the Pledge. I really thought that's a cool spot. It's a cool place to have in your community.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're doing a lot of great stuff. Well, what else is going on?
I'm just, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just
trying to get through last semester, right?
Yeah. Which kind of sucks. I'm kind of like annoyed with myself because the entire time I've been going to school, I've also been working, and the way I approached doing schoolwork was not the best way to do it. Like I was just pretty much retaining information so I can pass like the quizzes and tests and do the homework. And then I'm like, all right, time to like unload shit from my brain so I can make more room.
It's a brain dump. And you're done with it. Yeah.
And then it got to a point where like, oh fuck, I actually have to know these things.
Yeah. So are you what's your degree, what are you planning on doing? It's tech related kind of a thing?
Yep. So I got my degree is going to be in computer information systems.
Nice.
Web and mobile development.
Okay.
I'm more like I'm still debating if I want to do front end engineering. So like pretty much like coding what you're seeing on websites. Or if I want to maybe do user experience, like research and stuff. But I thought I knew, but I'm just like watching a bunch of like videos, just like seeing, those a day in the life videos, because I wanted to see like what they actually do like in the real world. But yeah, I'm thinking of like one of those two.
Cool. And is that something that you can do, like work virtually for a company like anywhere or that kind of thing? You're like, yeah,
you could. Some of like the processes though, I think you can recreate virtually, like when they're delegating like work, or actually like planning the project or whatever. But you could do freelancing. You could like work for an agency or like an actual like company and stuff. I've also been looking job postings, not that like I'm ready to like apply for them, but just to see like what the industry is like asking
what's
for.
out there, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them are saying like, yeah, for now this one is like remote, but we would want to like transition back into like working on site. But yeah, it's available for remote work.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, looking for that post that's Filipino female stand-up comedian that's into tech, and so yeah.
Do not ask her to make her website.
Right.
She was just coasting through college.
That's funny. Well, this has been great catching up with you, Jacqui. I hope at some point we get to see each other in person and do comedy again together. Anything you want to plug, like social media, or anything you want to plug for people that they can follow you, or any clips that you people can find you at?
I'm not promoting anything.
Okay. Right.
I don't have anything.
No worries. Yeah.
I guess just, wear your mask. Wash
there you
your
go.
Hands,
Look at you,
water.
so selfless. So selfless. Just wear your mask. Everyone comes on here and they're like, oh, follow me on this, follow me on that. You're like, just wear your mask. That's all I ask for.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been tweeting anything funny. If anything, I'm not tweeting anything.
Humble brag, Jacqui Marpa. That's how you get them. That's sales right there. I don't have anything. You don't want to follow me.
You don't want to. If your favorite type of tweets are tweets that don't make any sense and it's only funny to one person and it's the author of the tweet, then I have a Twitter account for you.
Act now. Yeah, that's good.
I guess wash your hands. Get vaccinated if you can. Wear a mask. Can I recommend shows on Netflix?
Yeah, definitely.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yep.
It's like my favorite right now.
Yep.
It came out many years ago. Yeah, that's it. I just want to be able. Okay. I just want to find people who can talk to me about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
It's a very niche audience of people that you're trying to attract.
Like the show at me.
There you go. Well, awesome. Thanks, Jacqui.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will be back again tomorrow with episode 56 of Off the Clock. So thanks, everybody. Thanks. All right. Thanks.